When you find a real estate platform that aligns everyone in the entire company financially by making us real estate agents owners, so when the average agent wins, everyone wins, that's the secret to success. And when you surround yourself with like-minded entrepreneurial people who absolutely love what they do, they love serving people, they love God and life, and you put yourself in an environment of high energy, high producing, positive people every day, you can't help but succeed in business and life. We are changing the real estate industry and changing real estate agents' lives. Welcome to the Financial Freedom Forever Podcast.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Financial Freedom Forever Podcast. Man, I'm super excited today to be introducing my business partner from Scottsdale, Arizona, actually for the second time because we're doing our 2-year review. We did a podcast, actually the very first one that I ever did was with my friend here, Gene Hastings, and we're excited to do his 2-year review today. How you doing, Gene?
Good.
So, man, 30 years in real estate business, 31 for me. So you can tell my gray hair. I think you're looking a lot better than myself for 30 years in the business. But 22 years, I know you told me right there in Scottsdale, Arizona, you were your broker of your own independent company for many years, for like 4 years or so, but been a solo agent ever since. I remember you telling me that you were around, well, I'm going to let you tell us. So let's unpack your story. Tell us a little bit about your background, Gene, and let's unpack your 2-year review at EXP.
All right. Well, I have been in the business about 30 years. My first 10 or so years was more in remodeling and building and that. And then when I got licensed in Arizona, I started doing resale real estate and been doing it ever since. I did own my own company, Nationwide Real Estate. The first few years that I was in the business here in Arizona, I managed an office for another company and ended up selling Nationwide Real Estate in 2008 and went to work for HomeSmart and was there until I got a phone call from you, actually. And so that's kind of a background on me. I came over to EXP after talking to you, and at HomeSmart I had a pretty I guess I had a relaxed, good income. I sold about $5 to $7 million a year and made $100 to $125,000 a year. Not bad. And I was comfortable and everything was good. But then after you reached out to me and I took a look at EXP, I came over here. I couldn't wait to get over here after hearing about the everything, and immediately took advantage of the training and coaching and just started watching videos, and the 24/7 access to that was priceless because, as you know, we're busy during the day. We can't always make webinars and training sessions and all that.
Right.
This was super easy. And funny thing is, in 2019, when I was at HomeSmart, before I came over, I was at HomeSmart for about a little over 9 months that year. And I had sold just under 6 million. And I came over to EXP and just started applying and making some tweaks and changes to my business, and sold just under 5 million in the last 3 months of 2019.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the next year, 2020, again, just through training and coaching and really a lot of camaraderie and live events, things like that, I was able to take my business to about 12 million. Did about 32 units, 12 million. And then in 21, did that again and doubled everything and did about a little over 20 million. And so far this year, I've done 11 units, just over 10 million, and I'm on track to double it again.
Wow! So everyone that's listening, if you're good with math, and I'm not, but if you're hearing some of what Gene's saying, he's doubling his business and doubling it again. But it sounds like your volume must have really went up as well, right?
Well, my units have not gone up that much because part of the training and coaching and that was kind of working smarter.
Okay.
I took my business to the next level and that I changed my price point.
Exactly. That's what I meant. I said volume, but I meant your average sale price sounds like it must have went way up. Where were you before EXP? What was your average sale price? And what is it now?
Before it was probably around 400.
Okay.
And now it's more around 900.
Wow.
Yeah.
And of course, the market has gone up some, so that's a little bit of it. But what else can you attest that to? Is it the different marketing that you were doing, things that you were learning from the training, some of the things that you were tweaking, your focus changed? How did that go from 400 to double?
Well, part of it was actually learning to treat my business like a business. And since when I was an independent agent at HomeSmart, I was definitely an independent agent. We didn't have a lot of coaching or classes. As you know, I met you through a coaching program side of HomeSmart. And so we didn't have a lot of that stuff at our fingertips. And I also did everything. I did all the marketing. I did all the sales. I did all the showings. I did all the listings. I did all the paperwork, right? So I did everything. I was literally an independent agent. And when I came over here, that was one of the first things that I was taught was, why are you doing all this? You need to delegate a little bit. So I hired a transaction coordinator and I hired an assistant a little bit later. And now I have 2 assistants and a transaction coordinator, and it changed my life. I had more time to do things that produce more business. I had more time to go out and meet people that took my sales from $150,000 to $600,000 deals to $800,000 to $5 million deals. Nice. Just did a house yesterday for 5.5. So, yeah.
Working smarter and not harder. I love it. Raising your price point, selling more houses, and working less hours because you're doing the high money making activities, and delegating the rest. How hard was it to find your transaction coordinator or your assistants? Did you get help with that with EXP or your business partners? Were you all on your own? How did all that come together?
No, actually, I would not have been able to even think about where to start to find a transaction coordinator or a assistant. And with EXP, I went into the world and talked to a couple of people, and I hired a TC that day. Wow. And it's the same TC I have now, and she's priceless. And then my assistant, my local assistant, same thing, just through networking at EXP, and I found her, and again, it was super easy. And I have another assistant, which you helped me bring on, that is not local, but takes care of a lot of stuff as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's the name of the game is collaboration, right? I mean, because we're partners, we're in this together. As you grow, you sell more houses, your life changes. We're all in this together. So it makes a huge difference when you're able to, like you said, pop into the EXP world, go talk to hundreds of people that are walking around, go into any of the departments that we have, ask questions someone's already asked the same question. I'm sure there's not that many different questions that come up in this industry. We've pretty much seen most of it, and we can get our questions answered pretty quickly. That's pretty awesome.
Right. Absolutely.
What other things can you share that's really changed your life in the last couple of years?
Well, with obviously the continued success, it's changed my personal life too. Spending a lot more time. I have 2 teenagers, and we spend a lot more time together. We do a lot of things. I'm able to do things that I never would have been able to do before. In fact, my wife her family's from Sweden, and she's always wanted to go to Sweden and see where her family came from and that. So we set up a trip with my wife and my daughter, and taking my wife's parents to Sweden in end of next month. And so that's something I never would have been able to do based on my sales before, but with the success that I've had here, I'm able to do that. So I was super excited to be able to have her go and do that. And but we spend a lot of time together as a family, going to different places and spending time on little short vacations and that. So
yeah, I know a lot of times when I reach out to you or you're reaching out to me, you're in a different location or on vacation, and that's awesome. I mean, that's what this is all about. We work hard, we play hard, we take care of our families, and our businesses continue to grow because of the way this model has been set up, right?
Right.
So tell me about the ownership. What does that mean to you? Because you had your own independent brokerage, right? You ended up selling it, then went as a solo agent, kind of doing everything. And now you're really been able to leverage people and systems through the free coaching and training that you get through EXP. Because you're in, our group, we have access to the National Association of Expert Advisors, right? Jay Kinder, Michael Reese, they own that company. They give access to all that coaching and training at no cost to us. What has that meant to you? How much have you taken advantage of those calls with the people that we have access to through our model?
Yeah, so that's having been a brokerage owner and knowing how much work goes into it, and really how little you get back out of it compared to what I have now. It's just amazing. I am a part owner of this company, as everybody else is, and that's amazing in itself. But then also with having the ability to have revenue share and have stocks, which the stocks that's really cool. I mean, I've been with the company 2 years now, and they've already given me, oh my gosh, in excess of $50,000 in stocks. Just give them to me.
And didn't you cash some of those out and buy some income property?
Yeah, that 2 years ago. Yeah. So, yeah, when I came in here, and I couldn't believe how fast it grew. You don't think about it, because I'm putting 5% of my income into buying stocks, and that's not much. But when the company gives me $16,000 in stocks, just for making Icon, or 16 the next year for doing it again, or 250, I think, for selling your first house, and things like that. It's just amazing. They give you stocks just for doing what you do, what you normally do. So that's been amazing.
They've really set it up well to help us hardworking real estate agents to be able to set up an exit strategy. So once you've been, in real estate long enough, you worked hard enough, sometimes your mind starts at some point moves from active income to passive income. And that's what they've been able to really put down the foundation for. So when we do want to slow down someday, or because of our health demands us to slow down, we have passive income and an exit strategy, so we can still take care of our families even if we can't work as much as we used to. I think that's one of the reasons why we have over 1,000 agents a week coming over to EXP. So it's been pretty incredible. I know, we met, like you said, in a coaching company. You've invested, as most top producing agents in around the country invest into coaching and training. How much have you invested in the coaching and training that you've had in the last 2 years of being at EXP? The ones that you're saying it's really helped you basically double and double your business again.
Oh, since I've been at EXP?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to ask me how much money I wasted before that. No, at EXP, I've spent exactly zero. I haven't spent any money on coaching. Somebody asked me that the other day, what about the coaching? How much is it? And, how does that work? And I said, well, there isn't a fee for it. With coaching programs that are outside of the company, you have to look at those as a business. There's a reason that they give you just enough to keep you going, but it's not, it's definitely not a roadmap to anything. At EXP, it's constant training. It's funny, people will sit down and binge watch some show on Netflix, right? A little series, and they'll watch 3 or 4 or 5, 6, 9 seasons, right? And they'll just sit down and watch them over and over and over. I do the same thing, but it's not Netflix. I go on and I find myself watching a video, then watching another video that leads to another video. And then pretty soon you're like, oh my gosh, how long have I been sitting here? The training is just there. It's amazing. It's guys that have sold way more houses than I have. They've been down these roads and they're telling you exactly how they did it.
And and you get all this coaching and training at no cost. That's helping you increase your business. Why do you think they do that?
Well, everybody here is doing the same thing. Everybody is trying to help everybody else. So everybody is successful because we're all owners. So it helps.
Right.
When I help somebody else become successful, that helps me. And when somebody behind me does the same thing, it's for them as well. So.
And I've watched some pretty good sized teams come over to EXP as well. And you can really see them flourish because as an owner, an independent owner of your own company, I had my own independent company with my partner. The owners don't work. The owners work 2-3 times harder than anybody else in the company because we own it. Right.
Right.
And you have a team of 5 or 10 or 15 agents and they work hard. They're working for their commission for their families. But when you actually give them ownership and 5 different ways to get stock in the company, everybody's attitude changes because they're not just working for their broker anymore and a commission. They're working for their own company, and
right.
That's where everything changes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. When you own your own brokerage, you spend, like you said, a lot of time and money bringing people into that company, or maybe you're just a team and you start building a team and you train these people and you build them up and you get them to where they're really successful. And then the next thing you know, they leave. And at EXP, you're doing the exact same thing, but they're not leaving. They're here. And they're becoming more and more successful, and they're becoming successful because of you and because of the company and the training, and they're helping other people under them become successful, and nobody's leaving. So it's a different setup for sure.
Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. We're pretty excited about it as well. What was the top 1 or 2 things that got you to look at this model when you first got plugged in? And well, let's start there.
So for me, it was a little different than probably most people. When I first looked at it, having had a team and had a brokerage, the revenue share side of things was very appealing, which is ironic because I got in here and started really getting into the training and grew my business instead of my revenue share. So I told a few people about it, but mostly I was aiming for those different goals here, like icon agent, for instance. I knew I was going to be an icon agent the first year, and I was, and I kind of got challenged to do it again, so I did. But I'm not saying that what I did was wrong. It was actually, it's been really fun, and it's been exciting, and it's life-changing. But I'm ready to move to the next side of it. So.
And what do you get here?
So as far as comparison, I don't know if I could really compare it to anything. I know people that work for big companies that have what they consider similar things, but it's just an award. It's right. It's a plaque or a trophy or a piece of paper hanging on the wall, or a pin. At HomeSmart, we had the Diamond Award.
Right.
And you had the 1 Diamond Award and 2 Diamond Award and 3 and 4 all the way up to 5. And you work pretty hard, to get there, of course. And then you make the Diamond Award, and then you go to an award ceremony, and they give you this little plastic pin and say, "Congratulations." Here, I didn't even know this until the first year. I made Icon, and I got a big congratulations, and it was on Facebook and all that. And I was like, "Wow, this is awesome!" But I knew that once you make that, they give you stocks in different forms, but they basically give you your cap back. So your cap here is $16,000. They give you $16,000 in stocks for making Icon, and they give you the award. So I got a delivery one day, and the guy came to the door, and I thought, "What is this?" And I opened it up, and it was this really pretty award. I'm not into awards in that, but I definitely have that one sitting behind my desk. Now I have 2 of them. So,
well, congratulations, Gene. It's been great to be in business with you. I'm looking forward to year 3 and to see you continue bring your businesses to the next level and continue to grow your team. Let me just ask you a couple other questions. If you had to do it all over again, what would you do differently?
I honestly don't know that I would do anything different having come over here. In a way, I kind of wish that I had helped more people come over and do the same thing I did. But I like what I did here. But sharing this opportunity with other people is going to be, and I plan to do that. That's my plan for this year. So sharing this opportunity, helping other people grow, helping other people become, financially independent, and not just chasing the next deal, is something that's really exciting for me. So I don't know if I'd change anything, but going forward, I definitely will.
You're fantastic. What has it meant to you, your family wise, in the last 2 years? What's changed in your family wise?
I think more time together. We've spent a lot more time together. We've been able to do things that we obviously wouldn't have been able to do on a tighter budget. That's probably it for right now.
I know you're a car guy. Have you been able to invest into a few cars since EXP? I know you sent me a couple of pretty cool pictures.
Yeah. I guess I sometimes say I don't have any vices, but my wife would disagree with that because the car. But yeah, I've been able to have some pretty nice cars, and I just recently bought and modified a Corvette, a new C8 Corvette. That's pretty cool. Definitely wouldn't have been able to do that before, but yeah. So
that's good stuff. I'm a car guy too. I like to do the same. Any last minute things? If you were, if thinking about someone like yourself, been in real estate 20, 30 years, comfortable, making a good income, maybe heard a little bit about EXP or a few people has called, but hey, you're comfortable, not looking to make any kind of changes or anything. Probably like you were when I first called you. What would your advice be to your, to someone like yourself who might be listening to our podcast today?
So as real estate agents, and especially if you're somewhat successful in real estate, you're going to get recruiting calls from all these different brokerages. Remax is going to call you, all of them are going to call you and try to recruit you. And that is completely different, because those brokerages, if you take a hard look at it, there's not much difference from one to the next, to the next, to the next. It's just a different name. But at EXP, and I know when you get that call and your friends telling you, oh my gosh, EXP is awesome, and all this, they don't really get enough out to you, because you might shut them down thinking, oh, this is just another brokerage. But it is definitely not just another brokerage. It's completely different. It's with all the different streams of revenue, the company paying you for extra for doing just what you normally do. When people say, they don't really want to have a split, maybe they work for a 100% company and they don't want to have a split, they're actually paying that company money. They just don't realize it because they don't have a split. But neither do I. When people say, what's your split? I say, I don't know. I make more than 100% on every deal, because I actually do. I pay in the $16,000. They give it back to me in stock. Then that stock grows. And in addition, they're giving me stock that I haven't paid in. And so I'd say, if you're thinking about making a change, or even if you're not, you might want to take a little deeper look at what EXP has to offer. It's not just another brokerage.
That's great. Yeah, I just tell people, be open-minded. Opportunities come to us, probably on a daily basis, and a lot of them that we might miss. And this is not one opportunity that you just want to do the math. Just dig in and do the math. And once you really understand it, what does Jake Kinder say? Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Right. That's how I felt the first time you showed it to me.
Well, I'm sure we'll be seeing you again soon. I know we've gone to several different events. Maybe let's share that with us, and then we'll kind of close up. How many events have you been to, and what have you learned, and what are some of the things that came out of some of the events that you've been to, that EXP's or business partners have put on? Right.
So yeah, I've been to several events. One of them right here in Scottsdale. I got to see you there, and the camaraderie, just the energy that you get from going to these events and talking with people that are, a lot of them, just amazing, high producing agents that normally I might not ever get to talk to. And, but the openness and the willingness to share and all that is just amazing. And the live events are just priceless. Las Vegas was super fun. We were there for almost a week. And, that was great. And a lot of good stuff came out of it. A lot of relationships came out of it. I met a lot of people there from literally around the world, and still stay in touch with them. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's been a game changer for me as well. We go to these, just go out and have lunch or having dinners with people that you meet, in the hallways and stuff that you can just connect with. And we end up really becoming friends and start helping each other grow each other's businesses, because we're all in the same company. And if I can help you in Arizona and somebody else in Florida, even if they're not part of my team, as the company grows, we all grow because of the model. So it's been pretty fun. I know the next event that'll be coming up here soon will be in Orlando, and I understand EXP has rented out all of Universal Studios for the party. So it's going to be a fun one. So I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Any last minute things you want to mention before we sign off, Gene, at all?
No, be on this call with you again, hopefully in the next 6 months or so with another update, which I think will be nothing less than amazing.
Awesome, Gene. Hey, thanks for jumping on and doing your 2-year review with me. Congratulations for doubling your business and then doubling it again. Can't be more pleased than I am, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at the next event. So thanks again for joining us at the Financial Freedom Forever podcast, and we'll see everyone again next week, same place, same time.